In the city of shadows, everything has a price, but the most expensive thing you can buy isn't made of gold or silk. It's made of ego. 20 years ago, a girl arrived with a single suitcase and a realization that would change the world. She saw people starving for a status they couldn't afford. She walked the streets where the elite lived in towers and the desperate lived in the rain. She saw the distance between what they had and what they wanted. She realized that the poorer the soul, the more it hungers for the appearance of wealth. She didn't want to fix the poverty. She wanted to sell the mask. She worked in the damp basements of the fashion district, learning how to turn sense into prestige. She wasn't just stitching fabric, she was stitching dreams. Every stitch was a calculation, every fold was a promise. She knew that if she could make them feel like kings, they would pay like kings. Her first brand was a gamble, a simple scarf priced at 10 times its value, and the city ate it up. They weren't buying warmth, they were buying a feeling. Soon, the Lobo name was everywhere, a mark of the in crowd. The city's insecure flocked to her like moths to a neon flame. From Paris to Tokyo, the Lobo brand became the new currency of cool. She had successfully commodified the human desire for belonging. She became the dictator of desire. She dictated what was in and what was out. She controlled the mirror that the world looked into. The annual Vanity Gala was her coronation, a night where logic was banned at the door and only the image remained. They toasted to their own reflection, unaware that they were the very ones paying the highest price for the air they breathed. But in the corner of the room, someone was watching who didn't belong. He didn't wear a label. He wore a question. Mrs. Lobo arrived, a diamond-encrusted predator. She noticed the man in the shadows, the only one not bowing. Their eyes met across the room, a collision of two worlds, one built on illusions and one built on the hard math of reality. "Who let this commoner into my sanctuary?" she hissed. She expected him to crumble, to apologize for his lack of worth. But he only smiled. "I'm not a commoner, Mrs. Lobo. I'm an observer, and I see a very expensive house built on sand." The room went silent. No one had ever spoken to the diva this way. She felt the eyes of her subjects waiting for her to strike. "Tell me," he said, "if this glass of water costs $1 and you put your name on it and sell it for 1,000, what have you actually changed?" "You haven't changed the water," he continued. "You've only changed the insecurity of the person drinking it." He called it the ego tax, a voluntary payment people make to silence the voice in their head that tells them they aren't enough. It's the math of the missing. You find a hole in their identity and you promise that a logo can fill it, but a logo has no volume. "You call this art?" she shrieked. "I provide beauty. I provide aspiration. I give people a reason to reach higher." "No," he replied. "You give them a reason to look down on others so they don't have to look within themselves." For a second, the spell was broken. The room felt cold. The diamonds looked like glass. The Lobo dresses looked like rags. She forced a laugh. A loud, sharp sound that shattered the silence. She needed them to laugh with her, to stay in the dream. But the diva wouldn't let her empire fall. She knew how to regain control, through fear, through exclusion. "Remove this beggar," she commanded. "He is a virus. He is a threat to the beauty we have built." He didn't wait for them to touch him. He walked away, his steps echoing with a quiet confidence that her millions could never buy. As he left, he whispered one last thing. "A man who is full of himself has no room for the truth." She forced a laugh, a loud, sharp sound that shattered the silence. She needed them to laugh with her, to stay in the dream. He walked back into the city of reality. He didn't need a label to know he existed. He was satisfied with the essence, while they were hungry for the image. Logic is no match for vanity. Within 3 weeks, the city had forgotten his words. They needed the lie to survive. Mrs. Lobo won. She always wins. Because she provides the one thing the modern soul cannot live without, a way to feel important without having to be important. As long as man values the reflection in the glass over the heart and the chest, the diva will always be in fashion. The city of mirrors continues to shine, reflecting a glory that isn't there. But for those who can see, the truth is written in the shadows. We are the architects of our own deception. We build palaces of vanity to hide the emptiness within, and we pay a heavy tax for the privilege. Subscribe for more insights into the City of Shadows. Yours, the Counselor SFTG. Until the next truth is told.